The Acer 516GE, 4 months later, Acer's first gaming flavored Chromebook. Let's talk about it. Yes, what's good, people? It's man like Jamo. Acer's 516GE gaming Chromebook is a weird flavor of laptop, mainly because it's a Chromebook and people don't normally associate Chromebook with gaming. Definitely not in the same sentence. Now, I'm not going to give you a full spec rundown because I've already done that in my initial review, which I will link below in the description section. But what we've got here is some kind of ultra Chromebook, and it's what Google are now calling their Chromebook Plus range. Chromebooks with proper big boy laptop specs. Now, Acer have obviously taken that a little step further, and not only have they put in a nice little i5 processor in there, they've also got 2K screen, 120Hz refresh rate, IPS panel, 16:10 aspect ratio, so it's perfect for all you lot that are trying to do the productivity thing. Now, the battery on Windows laptops is notoriously dead because Windows is such a power-sapping operating system. On Chromebook, it's doing circles around any Windows OS laptop I've tested on this channel. The battery life stamina, mad thing. I don't even have to go out with the charger, and best thing is that it takes a 45-watt USB-C PD fast charger. So the same charger for my laptop is the same charger for my phone, the same charger for a tablet, the same charger for whatever other USB-C peripheral that man's got here. So it's less to carry and it's got better battery, so I don't really have to have it plugged in the first place. Now, secondly is the performance, and it's a bit of a weird one here because obviously some laptops that are Windows based, they've got better processors, they've got better graphics cards in them, and they're just a lot more powerful altogether. However, with most of those laptops, the only way you get to tap into that extra power is by having them plugged in, which means you have to find a wall socket to get anything done, because God forbid those laptops not being plugged in, you're probably gonna get less than half the performance that's advertised. Whereas with the Chromebook 516GE, I feel like the performance I'm getting on the charger is the same performance I'm getting off the charger. Now, as far as gaming is concerned, Android games are super well optimized. So this thing will run most Android games that you can run on your phone or run on your tablet. That's all cool. It can even run emulators that you can also download from the Android App Store. So any Game Boy Advance games, any Game Boy Color games, I don't know, Nintendo DS, any emulator that you can easily get on Android, you can use the emulator on this PC, and it pretty much works quite well as it would do on a normal smartphone. Now, apart from the App Store games, the only other way to play games is via game streaming, and that really just depends on your Wi-Fi connection, which this has got quite a decent Wi-Fi card in it. I felt like even in the low spots of my yard, there's not that much added latency when game streaming over Wi-Fi on this laptop. And it's also got Ethernet port in there as well if you do want the latency to be as low as possible and you want to plug in that young Ethernet cable. Now, with certain game streaming companies like Nvidia GeForce Now, I think they're calling it, you get the option to go up to 4K 120Hz. Now, we've only got a 2K screen here, but we do have it at 120Hz. So you can get that extra fidelity if you're game streaming online. Apart from that, there are no other gaming capabilities of this laptop. The screen is beautiful, by the way, but apart from getting games off the Google Play Store, getting emulators and emulating some games off the Google Play Store, or game streaming games from, you know, Nvidia GeForce Now or Xbox Game Pass Live, whatever they call it, their game streaming thing, there's no other way you can play games on this laptop. So it's not really like you can install Steam and download games like you would on a normal Windows PC. You can stream games from Steam from the PC that's already in your house, but you can't download games from Steam as you normally would with a Windows 10 PC or like a Steam Deck or something like that. So bear that in mind. It is a gaming PC, but it's not really traditional as a normal Windows laptop is. I've also used it for a lot of consuming media, watching YouTube, Netflix, whatever else kind of thing, because the screen is really good. 2K screen, IPS panel, really bright, really good color accuracy, really good contrast ratios as well with that IPS panel. And I feel the sound on the laptop is actually quite good as well, to the point where when man is watching Netflix, like, I'm good to go. I can slap that on the bed. Me and Babes can just be watching Netflix off the laptop because we can't be asked with the TV, fam. Just a little calm thing. Yeah, it's definitely more than capable of getting your media and everything like that going. Now, obviously, man has to talk about content creation because I'm a content creator, apparently. Now, in terms of video editing, your mileage is gonna vary depending on what app you're using. Now, I'm using LumaFusion at the moment because I think with these Chromebook Pluses, it's allowing you to get a little discount on those video editing apps. But there's also Adobe Rush, there's another one, Power Director or something like that, which is also quite good. I feel it's okay for simple edits, 4K edits as well. I'm able to, for example, take a video on my Google Pixel 8 Pro, let that upload to Google Photos, and then download the photo or video to this laptop via the Google Photos app, obviously, and slap that into the video editor and, you know, mess around with that kind of thing, do some simple edits. I feel like the LumaFusion editor, which is my main editor at the moment, doesn't really have all the necessary, I don't know, tools and features that I would expect from a fully fledged video editor, but it's okay for a nice little simple edit when you're out and about, or if you needed to get something out in a hurry before you get back to the studio. Haven't even talked about keyboard and trackpad. Keyboard and trackpad is really good. You do have some RGB lighting under the keyboard. It doesn't move left to right though, it's just there statically kind of thing. So I wouldn't say it's like a per key RGB situation like you have in most proper gaming laptops, but I guess from a glance, it looks kind of like a bit of RGB is going on. Now, as for the web camera and the microphone that's built in, it's pretty much giving bog standard laptop like. All right, this is what the web camera on the Chromebook 516GE looks like, and this is also what the microphone sounds like. Let me know what you guys think. You could use it in a pinch if you didn't have anything else and you're doing like what, little Zoom call, little Google Meets, little Microsoft Teams call kind of thing, but it's not really the best quality, especially not for making content. So definitely get an external web camera and microphone to slap on there. And this is what the Acer Chromebook 516GE sounds like when I've attached an external microphone and an external web camera to it. Another reason why I think I liked this Chromebook so much is that I'm already in the Google ecosystem. Like, I'm on Android, got a Google Pixel 8 Pro, so I'm using Gmail, I'm using Google Drive, I'm using Google Photos, Google everything kind of thing in it. Like, my passwords are all remembered by Google and all that kind of thing there. So that's all pre-baked onto this computer, which means I don't really have to do anything when setting this computer up for the first time, apart from sign into my Google account and letting Google handle all of my sensitive information kind of thing, innit? Whereas if you're an iPhone user and you're using, I don't know, iCloud or them things there, or you're using something else, you might have to download some of those apps from the Google Play Store to go onto the laptop that way kind of thing. So you've got a couple more extra hoops to jump into, but apart from that, yeah, it's pretty much able to do what you need to do. Now, one of the downsides you guys might want to keep in mind is the fact that even though Chrome OS is brilliant for battery life and productivity and all them kind of things there, it's also not as good as Windows in some way for native processing power, or for example, banging out games on the PC offline. Like with my Steam Deck, obviously I can download games from Steam, play games offline regardless of whether I've got an internet connection or not. Whereas with this thing, if I want to game stream games, I obviously need to be connected to the internet, unless I'm trying to play some Android games that I've downloaded off the App Store. Anyway, people them, let me know if this Acer 516GE is for you. I guess it depends on your usage case. For me, I'm a pretty simple guy. This literally does 99% of the stuff that my Windows laptop does, bar being able to play games natively, well, AAA games natively on the laptop itself, and bar I don't know, being able to use Windows specific programs. Now, for me at work, I use Chrome and I use remote desktop through Chrome. So this, again, does everything I need it to do for me to be able to do work at work. And then I can use it for a little bit of content creation on the side when I'm out and about, all without having to plug it in. Anyway, but that's mine. That's my thing. Let me know what your thing is in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.